Okay, Emma, I think we are live. Let me just double check. Okay. So hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name's Jillian. I'm a social worker at the LIAD Center. This is the first week of our educational support group. I'm going to introduce Emma Joseph. Emma is joining us today to provide information about Alzheimer's and dementia. Emma is a Girl Scout who has been inspired to help teens and families who have a loved one diagnosed with dementia. If you're interested in joining the youth support group, please feel free to reach out to the center to join. If you have any questions, please comment on the live and we'll answer them at the end. All right, Emma.
Okay, thank you, Jillian. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everyone enjoyed their holiday season and is having a great new year so far. So before we start, I just want to thank the Long Island Alzheimer's and Dementia Center for making all of this possible. They have worked so hard with me on this program and have provided me with unconditional support and help. I especially want to thank Jillian and Dana Castoria for their guidance and support during this time. And they have worked with me on this program for months now. And I'm so thankful that they provided themselves to me to rely on them with whatever I needed. I also wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you that are joining us today and to provide each other a shoulder to lean on during this time. So before we get started, something that I love to know when I join a presentation is a schedule of everything that we will be discussing. So tonight I have listed out everything that we're going to talk about. So first, I'm going to introduce myself and my story. Then we're going to discuss what is dementia itself. Then discuss the cognitive changes and psychological changes. Then discuss the causes, and then talk about Alzheimer's disease specifically, and other progressive dementias. And then we're going to talk about accepting the diagnosis emotionally as a loved one. And then you all that are joined can share your thoughts and questions. Okay, so hi, if you've not here before, my name is Emma. So I'm in 12th grade and my grandfather suffered from Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. This program is something that I have been thinking about doing for so long, and I was about 11 or 12 when my grandfather was first diagnosed. And to be completely honest with all of you, I did not know what to expect or anything about Alzheimer's itself. But after about 7 years of having my family witness my grandfather suffer through this disease, I wanted to share my experience with all of you and try to be a shoulder to lean on during this time. Also, disclaimer, I am not an expert by any means. These are ideas and facts that I would have liked to know when I was younger. So what is dementia? Dementia is considered a syndrome, which is also a general term for symptoms that include a decline in memory, reasoning or other thinking skills, and different types of diseases fall under the dementia umbrella, such as Alzheimer's disease, Lewy body, and vascular dementia. Though dementia generally involves memory loss has different causes, and having memory loss alone does not mean that you have dementia. Though dementia generally involves memory loss alone does not mean you have it. It is the combination of memory loss associated with a decline in cognitive abilities. And Alzheimer's disease is the most common cause of progressive dementia in older adults. 60 to 80% of all cases are Alzheimer's disease. So starting with cognitive changes, the most obvious one being memory loss, which is usually noticed by a spouse or a close loved one. Difficulty communicating or finding words, so they would substitute unusual words, making their speech or writing hard to understand. They may be unable to find the toothbrush, for example, and instead they ask for the thing for my mouth. Difficulty with visual and spatial abilities, such as getting lost while driving, or they become lost in their own neighborhood, or forget where or how they got to where they are, or not know how to get home. Next, difficulty reasoning or problem solving, difficulty handling complex tasks, such as forgetting what numbers are for or how they should be used. Planning and organizing, coordination and motor functions, and confusion and disorientation. This may include dressing inappropriately, such as wearing several layers of clothes on a warm day or little clothing in the cold. They also may show poor judgment, like giving away large sums of money to telemarketers, or they may lose track of the steps involved in preparing a meal, placing a telephone call, or playing a game. So moving on to psychological changes, personality changes, such as becoming extremely confused, suspicious, fearful, or dependent on another family member. Depression, which is usually passive. This is shown by sitting in front of the TV for hours, or sleeping more than usual, or not wanting to do their usual activities. Anxiety, inappropriate behavior, paranoia, agitation, hallucinations, and rapid mood swings, such as going from calm to tears to anger for no apparent reason. So going on to the causes. The causes of dementia vary from one individual to another. However, it is usually caused by the damage to or loss of nerve cells and their connections in the brain. Depending on the area of the brain that's affected by the damage, dementia can affect people differently and cause different symptoms. Dementia are often grouped by what they have in common, such as the protein or proteins deposited in the brain or part of the brain that's affected. So now we're going to be specifically talking about Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a degenerative brain disease that is caused by complex brain changes following cell damage. It leads to dementia symptoms that gradually worsen over time. The most common early symptom of dementia is trouble remembering new information, because the disease typically impacts the part of the brain associated with learning first. It is also the most common form of dementia, and a small percentage of Alzheimer's cases are due to a mutation in 3 genes. So in the brain, neurons connect and communicate at synapses, where tiny bursts of chemicals called neurotransmitters carry information from one cell to another. Alzheimer's disrupts this process and eventually destroys the synapses and kills neurons, damaging the brain's communication network. So other progressive dementias include vascular dementia, which is the second most common type of dementia. It is caused by damage to the blood vessels that supply blood to your brain, which can cause strokes or damage the brain in other ways, such as damaging the fibers in the white matter of the blood, the white matter of the brain. The most common symptoms of vascular dementia include difficulties with problem solving, slow thinking, focus, and organization. And these also tend to be more noticeable than memory loss. Furthermore, mixed dementia is a condition in which brain changes of more than one cause of dementia occur simultaneously. Symptoms may be similar to or even indistinguishable from those of Alzheimer's or another type of dementia. And listed here are other types of dementia. So moving on, accepting the diagnosis emotionally, I think this is probably the most important part, because allowing yourself time to grieve and mourn over the current or future losses you and the person diagnosed may experience can be healthy. The sooner that you are able to accept the diagnosis, the better suited you will be able to help the person living with dementia move closer to acceptance as well. Um, Patients' flexibility and open communication can provide reassurance that the person with the disease does not have to face their diagnosis alone. For many, the simple reinforcement from their care partner that we're all in this together is the most memorable act of support. Also, sharing the diagnosis with others can open up new relationships and connections to people that you did not realize were willing to support you. For others, hearing of the diagnosis may test relationships, and some friends and family may react with denial, or can pull away in ways that reflect their misconceptions about Alzheimer's disease. But it can be empowering to share this diagnosis with others. Be open with friends and family members about the changes that are taking place, and educate them on the disease and tell them how they can be supportive and help you out. So I wanted to end each presentation with a coping mechanism. So the first one being write a happy memory. There are so many times where thoughts or memories pop up in our heads from a while ago, and most of them consist of things that we do with our loved one. So don't forget these moments and write them down to help you. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. I know this is kind of like on the spot, but is there any like happy memory that you want to share that you can recall maybe about?
Yeah, there's
your
so
past?
many. One thing that our whole family did together actually was every Christmas we would all go Christmas caroling with our church, and my grandfather was kind of the lead for that, and so that was always something that united our whole family together. So I would definitely write some of those moments down.
Thank you. And this is a great coping skill to do, even if like at the end of the day, you want to like jot down a couple of thoughts. Journaling can always be like such a helpful tool to help you to manage any stress or just write down any feelings you might be experiencing. Emma, are there any other thoughts or comments that you wanted to add?
No, just know that whoever's experiencing this is not alone, because there's so many other people that are also going through this as well, and it's not a bad thing or a bad thing at all to ask for help. It only shows how strong you really are.
Thank you. So thank you to everyone for watching. We'll save the information and post the video onto our YouTube channel if you want to go back and watch it. If you have any other questions, definitely feel free to reach out. And if you're interested in the support group, please contact me for more information. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.